What's good, family? Good to be back, good to have you back. I think that's how I'm gonna keep it, because I keep doing foolishness every other time. But good to be back, good to have you back. I think I had to run a quick mission come at Royal Albert Hall, because one of the managers was caught on CCTV stealing them urinal cakes. So I just had to come and sort of hand him his notice, innit? Can't have people doing that. I don't know what he's doing with them toilet cakes, but yeah, he can't be taking them from my establishment, you know what I mean? But yeah, sun's out, so it's a sort of a good time to record. And a quick one in the comments, anyone that can tell me what that is, let me know, innit? I'd appreciate it. I'm too lazy, I can't be bothered to Google. But I think that's Regent's Park, opposite Royal Albert Hall. But speaking of the sun being out, weather being decent, I thought I'd touch on group rides. So, as the weather gets better, as spring is approaching, more people are going to want to be out, and a lot more group rides are going to start happening. So just the other week, went on a group ride with O. He organised one, went up to Rikers and then up to another location, but we got stopped by a Ford, which you'll probably see in, I don't know if I'm going to post that video before or after this. Well, probably before this, to be fair. And again, with the ride with Ride 3, end of last year, I kind of touched on a few bits and pieces, but I think today, let me just have a quick chat about some riding etiquette. And yeah, man, sort of how to behave when you're on a group ride, things to look out for when you're on a group ride. What else? Sort of some safety aspects, how to get involved in group rides, and all that good stuff. What sort of bike you need to have for a group ride? Well, there's no bike that you need to have, innit? You just have to have a bike. And just things like that, really. So hopefully I don't waffle on like I do in some of my other ones. So hopefully I don't waffle on. I can make that before it changes. Why are them hazards on? Yeah. So, group rides, they're gonna start rolling in as summer comes in. There's gonna be a lot more people out on bikes, there's gonna be a lot more people out on the roads, there's gonna be a lot more people who are excited. There's going to be a lot more pedestrians, cars, supercars, super bikes, small bikes, big bikes, all sorts. So for those that haven't really been on a group ride, or those that haven't been on a group ride or haven't done that many, oh goodness, he's going to be there till morning. Yeah, so those that haven't been, oh, go on with his top hat, not a top hat, whatever that hat is. So yeah, with a lot of people that haven't been on a group ride or haven't been on that many, I'd say use this opportunity to do just that. Just get on some group rides. Now, it typically doesn't matter what bike you have, but with whatever bike you do have, just understand your bike and stay within your limits. You'll probably find people that are doing wheelies, people that are doing some fast sprints, people doing burnouts, stoppies, all of that sort of stuff. There's a time and a place. So just because you see Tom, Dick and Harry doing it, doesn't mean you should be doing it. And a group ride is not the place for you to learn. If you don't know how to do this stuff before the group ride, Yeah, big up them. Me, I would have fallen over 17 times. I would have had to have 4 heart attacks on that. As well as those heart attacks, I would have lost 4 limbs. Probably would have dropped a log on myself. Well, not, you know, one day though, innit? One day. But yeah, man, stay within your limits. What's that noise? God, these videos. Was that me? Oh gosh, that wasn't even me. I heard some rattlings, like it was, I don't know what it was, man. I thought that was me. It's not me. But yeah, a group ride is no place for you to try and learn that sort of stuff. The best place to learn that stuff is on private land, when you're by yourself, or preferably with tuition. So you can get courses, you can do like wheelie school and all of that. And then you can get the opportunity to actually learn how to do these stunts. Again, if you do this stuff in your own time by yourself without any tuition, then just expect you're gonna fall, you're probably gonna crash, you probably mash yourself up and all of that. Now, that's when situations are perfect and you're by yourself in an open area. So on a group ride, if you don't know how to do it, don't even think about it. It's just not worth the headache. That could you trying to keep up with the Joneses, you trying to keep up with the crowd, could turn that into your last ever ride. So just think about that when you jump on group rides and you see people doing things that they've been doing for however many yonks. Just leave it alone if you don't know how to do it. So, while I'm sitting in traffic like some dupes, let me get up to the front. So, now that that part's out of the way, I should have probably started with how to find group rides first. Nah, group rides, there's loads of groups out there. There are loads of groups out there that will be hosting group rides in this summer period. So again, like the one I went on with last year was Ride Free. Oh, again, a popular YouTuber, he did a ride out. I'm going on a ride out again later on this week with another group. Section 59, for example. Straight Up Bike Life is a group that I joined some time ago and snuck into a ride out there. But I think that one wasn't a ride out, it was just like everyone was just linking up, and then I just cut away our own way. And obviously from that I met a couple other people, and those people that I met introduced me to other people who I now ride with regular. So that's how I met Steve-O Moto, through a guy that I met at a Straight Up Bike Life link up, and now we ride together like on occasion. So groups like this, if you can sort of join groups like this, a lot of them have their Instagram pages. So all it is just to jump in the Instagram page, follow these different groups, and then just ask the question like, yo, this is the bike I ride, like, have you got any ride outs planned? Cool, you can have a conversation with them. If there's any specific information you need, they can give you that information. And then once you get yourself on those ride outs, it's just a matter of just trying to be open and accepting of the people that are there. Now, everyone that rides bikes already knows that the biker community is very welcoming. Now, do you have some chiefs? Do you have some people that let it down? Of course, but the vast majority of the people aren't that. So, when you go to these rides and you find yourself pulling up, parking up, and you see a group of people, just say wagwan. That's how you can sort of create those connections, that's how you can build those bonds, so that now, instead of always just riding by yourself or always just riding to commute, you can now ride with somebody else. It's a good day, you've got a Sunday off, that person that you only met a week ago might just drop you a message to be like, yeah, what are you doing? Come out for a ride. So finding them isn't as difficult as many might think it is, because all these groups exist. As well as just those groups like the ones that I've mentioned, you have individual bike pages. So you have individuals like myself, who I've just got a page for myself, and I'll be honest, I'm bad on Insta, innit? My Insta's dry. But again, if you follow people on Insta who are into bikes, drop a message. Again, yeah, yo, my name's Stacy. I got a bike in it. I want to come out in it. What are you saying? What are you telling me? Like, anything going on and that? Yeah. Alright, cool, safe. And then if things line up, things line up. So getting better at understanding ride outs and being comfortable on ride outs and doing all of that, it requires a bit of effort from you to actually put yourself out there and actually send messages and actually follow groups and actually try to get out. Now, you found a group to ride with. They've announced a public ride out or even a private ride out where there's going to be a lot of bikes, quads, tricycles, all of that. When you go to them, depending on what bike you're on and how comfortable you are riding, will depend on obviously where you position yourself in that ride. Now, some groups, they let the smaller bikes leave ahead of them. They'll give them their locations and be like, cool, you lot get there and we'll meet you there in a little bit. Because let's be honest, us when we're on bigger bikes, when the road opens up and we get that little private stretch of land that we've been given permission to use, we're off. You can't always open up your bike you can't open up your bike on these roads. So some of these ride outs, they're planned in a way where we hit on private roads, and those private roads allow us to get a good speed going. Now with those, it's like the first time I went on one and we hit one of those private roads, yo, it looked just like a dual carriageway. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it was a private road. But it looked like a dual carriageway. It almost looked like the A406, you might as well say. It wasn't the A406. But you might as well say it almost looked just like the A406. Now, you obviously pass the signs, this is private land, but again, the organisers have already sorted permission. Yeah, but when it gets to stretches like that, just know, innit, where I'm me anyway, I'm gone. So, knowing your bike, what your bike can do. Is your bike quick? Is your bike not so quick? Are you nimble on your bike? Can you throw your bike around? Can you? Oh, look at this cyclist! How dare he? If you can throw your bike around and you're comfortable, then just ride as you're riding. Let me spin back. Now, if you're a newer rider, again, it all comes to being vocal, innit? Speak up. If you've got to the ride and you're not too clued up about what the plan is, where everyone's going and all of that, find out. If there are people around you, find out. Get that location, put it in your sat nav, put it on your phone, give the coordinates to your carrier pigeon and follow that, and just take your time to get to that next location. It's not a race. Usually when you get from location to location, people chill out there for a bit. One, just to obviously stretch their legs. Two, because obviously you can't just consistently ride. And three, it gives the slower riders a chance to catch up. So don't see the group leaving and try to do some crazy madness to try and catch up to them. That's when you could have a bad day. So again, if you can get an address, if you can get the locations, get the addresses, get the locations and keep them stored somewhere where it's easy to get to. That way you don't have to worry about what everybody's doing. You can just enjoy the ride. And again, if you've met a few people on that ride and you've grouped up with a few of those and you're on some of the smaller bikes, then there you go, man. That's your little group. Stay with your little group. Oh, why did I come this way? Actually, no, that's cool. I can go this way. So yeah, stay with your little group. Now, the main aim is to make it home in one piece with your bike also intact. So essentially that's all I really want to touch on group rides. When it comes to positioning, looking out for other riders and stuff like that, these are things that you should be doing anyway. Like I mentioned in my video with the ride with Ride 3, is positioning. So you see how we had a staggered formation almost, as it were, for a lot of the rides when we're on the country road. So I'll be here, one will be there, and in there, and in there, and in there, and in there, and so on. So that means that the distance you have between you and whoever's directly in front of you is decent enough so that should you need to stop, you've got time to do so. And then the person over on that side, if they have to avoid the person on the left, they've got the road ahead of them to either swerve around or again come to a stop while staring away from whoever is in front. Stick to speed limits, try to avoid undertaking, make sure that if you're going to do anything that you consider to be risky, you have full awareness of everything that's around you. If you're going to be doing wheelies, do them when in front of you is clear. If you're going to be doing stoppies, just like an emergency stop, make sure you look behind you to make sure that no one's directly behind you. Look to your left, look to your right when you want to overtake someone in front. Those lifesavers, like I've just done there, can be the difference between you making it home or not. And the worst thing that you could do is take someone out because you failed to do some basic safety checks. So, look for groups, look for individuals, message groups, message individuals. That's how you get to find out about these ride-outs. 2, when you're on these ride-outs, understand your limit and understand what your bike can do. If you're on 1000cc and you can ride it like it's 1000cc, then you can stick with the other 1000cc's. If you're on a 125, if you see a group of other 125s, stick with the 125s and just enjoy the ride. The purpose of the ride out isn't to show off, it isn't to showboat, it isn't to prove that you're better than other people. It's just that you can ride with a group of people, enjoy the weather, enjoy the ride, and get home in one piece. So, just remember, keep your wits about you, keep your observations up, stick with your road positioning, and that even means now, sometimes if you know that things are tight and you see a pothole ahead, sometimes you just gotta hit that pothole. Sometimes you just gotta take it. Because you taking that and injuring your gooch a little bit is minor in comparison to you swerving and knocking down four other riders or even more. So keep your wits about you, keep your observations up, keep your lane discipline on whatever road you're on. There's no need to be doing all of this if you've got people to your left and to your right and people that you can see are overtaking you. And just enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself, mate. And have fun. Now, as far as ride-outs, I'm thinking about organising one sort of later in the year. This is probably going to be midsummer or something like that. and I have some decent ideas about how I want to go about that. So stay tuned, and I'm going to be looking to start planning that soon. And who knows, I might need some of you guys' support. So let me end that here, and I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Like, and even it's been a weird.
Wow, is that what that's doing? What, everything reset? Am I gonna have to jump it? Cool, let me quickly jump her and then I'll be right back. It's not the battery though. Could that be the mobilizer? Because the temperature just says high. Ah, this is jarring. Alright, we're back. Slap that on. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. When that charger's turned on, it interferes. Oh wow, yeah, that's done out. That's gotta go.